Hey you guys, hope you're doing well out there. I'm just inside the shop today and gonna take care of a job that I've been meaning to do for some time, and I know many of you have given me some advice. What I'm gonna do today, if we look down this way on the Mini X, I'm gonna try to build a hitch. I'm gonna try to get a hitch so I can put a ball and tow my wood splitter out to the wood yard. Now, one thing is difficult about this Mini X. This Mini X, when I lift that blade up, it has very little clearance between the bottom of the Mini X and the top of the blade. And so I can't exactly weld to the top, which many of you I know have done before. And so I got to figure out a way to mount it on the front. Now, I originally was just going to weld the hitch right to this, right to the blade. But then if you look at the profile, it's very short. And my concern is if I weld it on there, I'm going to be hitting all kinds of stuff, plugging it with dirt when I'm pushing dirt with that blade. And that's not ideal. So I think I came up with a solution after listening to many of your comments and scratching my head and sitting here and looking around at things. Here's my solution. If you look at the sides of the blade, you'll notice there's those two holes right there, one on both sides. Well, I'm actually going to get a bar, and I'm going to run a bar all the way across, and then I'm going to have a flat plate on both sides, and that flat plate will probably be about that wide, and then I can bolt right through those holes. What that'll give me is a place to weld the hitch onto, that flat bar, and then the actual ball will plug into that. So that's my thinking. Now, I scratched my head, as I said, for quite some time coming up with that. I think that's the best solution. What I'm going to use here is some scrap steel I got floating around. If you have a look down here, what we got is we've got the side of an old truck bed. You can see where it would have sat on top of the truck bed here. I'm going to cut a little piece out of that. I'm also coming over here. Here's the flat piece, excuse me, the square stock that I'm going to use. So this is 2 inch by 2 inch. That's going to go across the entire length of the blade. And then this is what the actual hitch is. The ball will go right into that. And so this is going to weld on there, something like that. And then we'll have a flat piece here, which then a bolt goes through to those holes. Anyways, I got an idea up in my head. We're going to try to put it into action here today. I really like getting out here in the shop, grinding some steel, doing a bit of welding when I can. And so this is a perfect project for it. Not to mention that Mini X isn't exactly the most pristine thing if you look at some of the dings and dents and rust and everything else. Therefore, I don't think if I have a bad weld or two, it'll be noticed. Anyways, here we go. Okay guys, a little update here. So here's the horizontal piece. It's gonna go right across the top of the blade on the excavator. This right here is where we're gonna put another piece of steel with the ball into. Obviously I gotta get a hole drilled in that eventually. This will mount right in the middle, just like that. I left an overhang, as you guys could see a moment ago, and that's gonna give me some good welding surface. And then along the back of the blade, which if you can imagine is over here, I'll also put something else there. I don't know, a piece of steel sticking down. So if you can imagine, it'll be like a C going down over the top of the blade for some extra support. So that's gonna be like that. This would be out, obviously. And then these two pieces of steel I just cut, they're gonna weld onto both ends. There'll be a hole in these, and this is where the bolt will go to bolt it to the blade. Now keep in mind, it'll be like this, right? It'll sit sort of like that. So that's the idea. I still want to have some sort of a piece that supports downwards across the vertical portion of the blade. Not quite sure what that's going to look like yet. I think what I'll do, I'll weld this into place, and then we will hold it up there with the clamp, and then we'll weld this on, just in case it's not perfectly square. You never know, it might have to be slightly angled one way or another. So we'll center this up, weld her on, and call her good. Just making these marks here so I know where to weld, or where to grind off the rust. Got to clean off the spot you're going to weld real well before you do so. Using 7014 rod or electrodes, 1/8 inch. Just make sure that didn't move. Okay, moment of truth. Let's hope my measuring was good. I gotta leave the blade down on the ground so I have room up here. But, oh yeah. That's gonna be slick right there, I think. Where's the hole? So that's good. Oh yeah, tight fit, that's nice. Look at that, it practically stays there. Have a little look-see there. So you guys can see there, obviously I gotta push that in a little bit. This tab here on the blade, you might have seen it already, it was bent out a little, I gotta bend it back. But that looks okay. Now obviously the angle is not gonna work there, so I think what we're gonna do, we'll fire up the Mini X here, we'll bring it up to where it's supposed to be, and then we'll see how level it is. As it is now, that's certainly not gonna do much. Okay, as you guys can see, it's very tight when this blade is up. That's why I'm doing this design. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we want right there. Ah, you moved. Stay. Come on. Hang around long enough, you'll see me pinch my fingers. There's my mark. Just you. Lovely. I think that's what we're doing right there. Okay, we got our mark. Let's get up. Whoa. Hold on. Okay, definitely need something on the top to latch over the top edge. Can't even tell where we're going here. Okay. That right there is the setup. I think that looks pretty good. Another thing I want to do is I want to somehow have something that comes and sort of hooks on the bottom there of the blade. That way this can't raise up. Currently all the force we would assume would be going down, but you never know if the terrain changes, towing my little splitter and that lifts up. We don't want that, so think of what we'll put down there. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Beautiful, look at that. Okay, I just need to weld a little piece of steel on the back of this. That'll act as like a C that grabs onto the bottom. And got a little bit of a edge there. I can bump that up. I might just take a little bit off the inside there so it slides up there a little easier. Then we'll prep it for welding and we'll tack her in, and when I take it off, I'll take the pins out. I can slide it down. When I put it back, I slide it up, get this C channel notched in there, and put the pins in. Okay. Okay, let's see how we did. Not going to put the bolts in, but we'll just slide her up into place. Oh yeah. Oh, it's heavy, that's for sure. There we go. Okay, you guys get the picture there. Obviously I need those bolts in up top, but I think that's going to be the ticket right there. Alright guys, there's the finished product, obviously without primer on it. We're going to put a little bit of primer on right now, then we'll put it on the machine, see how it looks. Well, there we have it, guys. Just have to tighten up the bolts on the side, but that's where it's going to sit. I'll probably put some paint on it as well once it warms up a little bit. Also got to put a pin in there, but that's going to provide me the opportunity to tow out my wood splitter to the wood yard without having an extra piece of equipment. I think it looks pretty good. The welds are definitely strong. I don't know if they're the prettiest, but got it done nonetheless. You guys can see we've got some bracing here. This piece here, which more or less goes on the underside of the blade there, that prevents the ball from lifting, and obviously that brace will give it the strength it needs when you got the trailer hooked up to it, the wood splitter. But overall, that was a good project, got me out in the shop, and if I can ever find an excuse to do that, I certainly take advantage of it. If you guys have an opportunity yourself to get outside and putter, you're going to learn new things. That's the main thing. You're not going to be an expert at everything. No one was born knowing everything. So certainly get out in the shop, get out wherever you are, get some tools going, build something. You might find yourself learning something new, and well, you might have something to appreciate when you're all done. That's it for me, guys. Make sure you come back next time. We're going to get the Mini X hooked up to something, the wood splitter that is. We'll try it out, and we'll be back out in the wood yard splitting some wood. Guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time.